Hi there, this is Mr. Chauke. I'm a tutor for accounting, business studies, EMS, as well as research. If you're watching this, you're definitely at the right place. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there. And once you're done with that, you can definitely make sure that you share this lesson with your friends so that they can also be able to learn accounting much more better. In this morning's lesson, I'm going to be looking at bank reconciliation. Now, firstly, we need to understand what is bank reconciliation. Bank reconciliation simply means reconciling the balance of the bank account, which refers to the books of the business, with the records of the bank, which refers to the bank statement. So in other words, we are trying to make sure that the balance of the bank account that is prepared by us is the same as the balance of the bank statement that is prepared by the bank. So these two have got to be the same. If they are not, then it simply means that either there were errors and omissions that were made by either both or one of the parties. So that's why we need to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Okay. Now here they're saying give one reason why it is important for a business to prepare a bank reconciliation statement each month. Now remember, as a business, our main aim is to make sure that we want to protect cash. So you can give that as a reason to safeguard cash. Okay. To safeguard cash. So meaning, in other words, we want to protect our money as a business. Remember, sometimes it can happen that the bank can overcharge you by mistake. Sometimes it can happen that your bookkeeper or whoever that is responsible for depositing the money does not deposit the exact money that you have given them. So when you do the bank reconciliation, you will be able to spot such things. You'll be able to detect things like fraud and so forth. So that could also be another reason. So you can say we want to protect cash, and then you can also say to detect fraud. Okay. And then the other reason could be to identify deposits that were not made, and to also identify EFTs that were not made. So that could also be one of the reasons, because remember, when you do bank reconciliation, those are the things that you are going to spot out, and you'll also see that there will be some things that are included in the bank statement but are not there in the journal. So that could also be the reason to record things that were not recorded, and to also correct errors. Okay, so you can choose any of the relevant reasons that you may think about. But remember, here they just wanted us to give one reason. So if it's just one mark, give one reason and move on to the next question. Okay, now the next part says to us that they're saying that calculate the correct totals for the cash journals and the cash payment journal, and then after that you need to calculate the correct bank balance, and then you also need to prepare the BRS on the 31st of May 2023. Very important, and these are the marks that are allocated to this. So now here they're saying that this is the information that they've given us. Remember, when you do bank reconciliation, you need your BRS from last month, you need the bank statement for the current month, as well as the CRJ and CPJ. So you need 4 things for you to successfully do your bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so this is the first part that we need. We have the part of the BRS from last month. Remember, we are in May, but this one is speaking about the things of May. So here they're saying that at the end of the previous month, 30 April 2023, the following items were reflected in the bank reconciliation statement, meaning that these are the things that were highlighted in the previous month's BRS. So when we get our bank statement this month, immediately we need to make sure that these things are reflected. Obviously, you'll have that balance from the bank account, and then you'd have also the balance of the bank statement. Now, what you need to remember here is that the balance of the bank account from the previous month's reconciliation statement will serve as your opening balance for this month. So it's very important for you to start by entering that in your bank account. Okay, so let's go and check if they did not enter for us. So here, if you look at this, the opening bank balance, they say calculate the bank balance. So if you look at this, you realize that the favorable balance in the ledger, favorable bank balance in the ledger. That's what they wanted to say. So this means that the balance is on the debit side, so it's therefore a positive. So we're going to have 6,325 as our opening balance here, 6,325. Okay, and you can answer this question using a T account or just using this format that they have provided you. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but they expect you to calculate it, so you can choose any of those methods. Okay, next they're saying that favorable balance on the bank statement, obviously this will be reflected in the in the opening balance of the bank statement, so we will not use it in the current we will not highlight it in the current bank statement. Okay, and then we also have outstanding deposits, which was dated 12,000. We need to check when we go to the things that appeared on the bank statement, we need to check if this was considered. Now next they are telling us that we also have outstanding EFTs. So this deposit, we will be told by the information whether it has appeared or not. And next we have outstanding EFTs, and here they're saying note EFT number 519 did not appear on the May bank statement. So meaning that this one here appeared, 543 appeared, but this one did not appear, and we need to find out why. We'll get information from the lesson. And then also here they're saying that on the 31st of May 2023, the provisional totals were as follows. They've given you the total for the CRJ, which is 70,600, and for the CPJ, which is 105,320. You need to check if this has been entered for you, and they've done it. If they did not enter for you, you start by those provisional totals like they've done here. Okay, so please always make sure that you check such things. Now if you look at this, you'll realize that I'll just highlight this so that we can remember to come back to it. Okay, now here that they are speaking to us, they are saying something which is very important and we need to take into consideration. Remember, they said that this outstanding deposit, they did not mention anything about it because they said they were reflected in the bank reconciliation. They did not say anything about it appearing on the statement, so we need to check if it was reflected or not. And remember, they said EFT number 519 did not appear on the May bank statement. So this deposit, because they did not mention about anything about it, it means that according to me, it means that this deposit has already appeared, because they were going to tell us that it did not appear on the current bank statement, but we will hear also from the information. So I will note this 519, this outstanding EFT and outstanding deposits. Okay, we'll come back to it. So we have also dealt with these totals, meaning that we are safe for now. So here they're saying the following items were reflected on the bank statement but not in the journals for May. So first thing, whenever you see anything that is reflected in the bank statement but not in the journals, if it's not recorded in the journals, you have to take it there. Okay, now remember, like I said, this deposit, they did not mention anything about it, but here they made a note to say that, meaning that the only thing that did not appear on the current bank statement for May is EFT number 519. So this deposit, we can consider it to have appeared, because if it did not appear, they were going to make a note for it here. So they did not say anything. So this EFT number 519, if we don't get anything about it in the adjustments, it will continue to be outstanding. So what I normally do when it's like this, I start by writing my information, so I know that I have to have either a debit or credit balance as per bank statement. So we'd have balance as per bank statement. I'll write in abbreviations because I'm using a bigger pen for you to see, but when you write as a learner, you must write in full. Okay, and then from there we'd have credit outstanding deposits, credit outstanding deposits, and then from there we'd have debit outstanding EFT. We can start by that one. I think it's 519. If you look at this, there's nowhere where they are mentioning EFT number 519. Okay, but it's fine. So we can start by that 519 as an outstanding EFT so that you don't forget. So we'd start by writing EFT number 519, and then we can check what is the amount. The amount according to here is 8,920. So we'd write that 8,920 here, and then you have your mark here for that. Okay, and then you can also check we've already have around 2 marks. So let's go to the next one. The next one, they're saying the following items were reflected on the bank statement but not in the journals for May. Why? Because the bank statement was probably, remember, these are the things that the bank is aware of. We will not know about them until we get the bank statement. Something like a direct deposit occurs when a tenant goes straight to the to the bank and deposits some money. They did not come to you, so you won't be aware. You will only be aware when you get that bank statement. So this 7,400 will go in our CRJ because it is a direct deposit, meaning that we are receiving money. Okay, so we'll go there. That 7,400, I'll just write the name of the person there, or deposit. The person is K Quella, so I'll just write K Quella, K Quella, and then write 7,400, and then from there we are done with that part. Next, we can go to the next adjustment. They are saying that bank charges were to the amount of 520. Bank charges, we know that it is an expense and definitely it has to be recorded in the CPJ. So we can write bank charges. Okay, and then we would write 520 here. And then next you can go to your to the next transaction. Here they're saying interest on fixed deposit for May. Interest on fixed deposit, we know, is interest income and it's 700. So we'll just write interest on fixed deposit. It will go in the CRJ. Interest on fixed deposit, 700. And then from there you will go to the next adjustment. Remember, all of these you need to make sure that they are recorded. Next, we have interest on overdraft. Interest on overdraft is when you are charged for withdrawing more than you have in the bank, and this is 810. This 810 will go in the cash payment journal. So we can have interest on overdraft, and then we would write that, I think it's 810. Let me confirm the amount, 810. So we'll write that 810. Okay, then from there you can go there and check. You have so you have already recorded this, and then we have stop order in favor of Rama for insurance. So we are paying someone insurance. That stop order is 6,860, and then but they are saying that 5,500 for the business insurance and the remaining for the owner's personal insurance. So we can check 5,500 is for insurance. Now we can just write 5,500. We can write Rama insurance, and then write 5,500. Then we can write the next one will be drawings. We can just write the drawings and then check what is the amount there that we are given. So remember, 6,860 minus 5,500, it is giving us 1,360. So that 1,360 will come this side. Okay, and then next we can check. We have they're saying that the following differences were noticed. Now they are saying that EFT number 565 for repairs recorded in the CPJ as 1,570, but as 1,750 on the bank statement. And they are saying that the bank statement is correct. So remember, in the CPJ we have written it as 1570, but in the bank statement it has been written as 1750, and then they are saying that the bank statement is the one that is correct, so meaning that this one, it's wrong. So we need to make some adjustments for them to be equal. So if you check the difference between this, if you say 1570 minus 1750, it will give you 180. So this 180 will go to the CPJ. Remember, it has been undercasted, so we'll have I can say, let me just say error here, and then say 1750 minus 1570, and remember it gave us 180 here. Okay, very important. So that's how you correct that error, and this will normally be around 2 marks because not all learners can get that. Next, they are saying that a deposit of 12,000 appeared on the bank statement. A deposit of 12,000 appeared on the bank statement on 1 May 2023, but did not appear in the CRJ in May. Now, if you look at this, this deposit of 12,000, according to me, it is referring to, it will now be suspicious because we have two amounts, okay? But we need to check whether they are referring to that one there, or it's another deposit. Now when it's like this, if you look at this deposit of 12,000, according to me, it refers to the one that is above, to that 12,000 that was outstanding here, which is the one that I was saying that it has appeared on the statement, because here they were going to tell us. But instead, you know, sometimes examiners, what they want to do, they want to trick you. Remember, this deposit of 12,000 is there in the CRJ. Now when we look at the bank statement, it was made, the deposit was made on the 30th, but it is appearing on the bank statement on the 1st. So it makes sense that that deposit that appeared, they are referring to the deposit from last month that was not recorded. So we are not going to record it anywhere because it's there in the CRJ already. Okay, next they are saying a deposit of 20,290. Okay, let me just go back there now. So remember here, the only thing that was not appearing is this one now. Okay, so now the next part, they're saying a deposit of 20,295 dated 20 May 2023 appeared in the CRJ for May, but not in the bank statement for May. So this will be our credit outstanding deposit, because why? It's there in the journal but it's not there in the bank statement, and this is because probably the deposit was made after the bank statement was drawn, so hence it will not appear. Okay, so we're going to take it and put it as credit outstanding deposit 20,295. so we'd have that 20,295 here in the credit side. Okay, 20,295. And then next, they are telling us that the following EFT payments appeared in the CPJ for me. So these payments are there in the CPJ for me, but they are not reflected in the bank statement. In other words, what we want to do, we want to inform the bank about this EFTs that we made, and we know that every time whenever we inform the bank about this the EFT, we use the bank reconciliation statement. So number 654 and 674, I'll enter the amounts after 654 674. Okay, so remember, as 654 and then also 674, and then from there we'll enter the amount. For 654 we have 2,800, so remember it's going to be on the debit side, so it's 2,800. And then for 674 it's going to be 2,520. So it will come this side, 2,520. One thing that I would also like to highlight, remember whenever you do bank reconciliation, as soon as you get your statement, you are going to compare your receipts with the debit side. You're going to compare your receipts with the credit side of the bank statement, and you compare your payments. Remember, the payments are compared with the debit side of the bank statement, so that you can see which ones are not reflected, and then from there you will tick the ones that have appeared and circle the ones that are not appearing. Okay, so remember that, because sometimes they won't give you a bank statement, like they won't give you transactions in that way. They will actually give you a bank statement, so you need to know how to do those comparisons. But I believe that you were taught this in your introductory lessons. So now we are done with this. We have recorded all these, so I'm taking them to show that I'm done dealing with them. Okay, here they're saying that the bank statement shows an overdrawn balance. If we have an overdrawn balance, we must remember something. Remember, if this is our bank account, this is our bank statement, we must try to remember something. Okay, I'm going to try and make a summary for you. If it's favorable, and this side will be unfavorable. If it's favorable on the bank account, it will be on the debit side, and here it will be on the credit side. If it's unfavorable on the bank account, it will be on the credit side, and on bank statement it will be on the debit side. So because they said that this shows an overdrawn balance, which means we have taken out more than we were supposed to, so we are owing the bank. You get my point? So it means that, remember, whenever we owe the bank looks at us as a debtor, hence would have a debit balance as per bank statement. So this balance of the bank statement will be on the debit side. This 34,720 would have it on the debit side, so we'd have that 34,720 here on the debit side. Okay, debit balance as per bank statement. And now from here we'd have the balance as per bank account. Remember, you are not allowed to use abbreviations. I'm using them because I don't have enough space. So now, since we are done with everything here, we just have to get our totals, and then from there we'll be good to go. So let's see if this will balance. So let's start with the CRJ. 70,600 plus 7.4, and then plus 700. It is giving us 78,700. Okay, so this is the total that we would have to add to this bank balance. So we would say plus 78,700. Remember, they must be the same. Okay, so you'll get a principal mark for adding the total, for taking this total here. Okay, so all these, they will give you marks for them. Okay, so now, so we have added our CRJ. Remember, it will increase our bank balance because it was favorable at the beginning of the year, or of the month, I mean, sorry. So now let's check our CPJ. Our CPJ, our total is 105,320. Then we're going to say plus 520, plus 810, plus 5,500, and then also plus 1,360, and then plus 180. We are getting 113,690. Okay, so this is the total that we have here. So now this total that we have received, because it's a payment, we'll have to subtract it. So we'll say here minus 113,690, and then it will give us the balance of the bank account. So remember, this are our payments, so we need to add these two first. But you can already see that we are going to have a credit balance, because our payments are more than our receipts when you look at this. Okay, so you must indicate it's a credit balance also. So we'd have 6325 plus 78,700 and then subtract 113,690. It is giving us 28,665. So it's equals to 28,665, and you must indicate that it is a credit balance. Okay, so meaning that we have a negative balance, in other words. Okay, so the bank balance is on the credit side, so we'd have credit balance as per bank account. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's just verify if our calculations are correctly. 6325 plus 78,700 minus 113,690. So we are fine. So now let's go to our CPJ and see what we can do. So remember, the balance as per bank account is 28,665. So we'd have that 28,665. So when we add the totals of these two sides, the amount should be the same. Okay, if it's not the same, it will mean that an error was committed somewhere. So let's start with the credit side. 20,295 plus 28,665. It is giving us 48,960. Then let's check also the debit side. 34,720 plus 8,920 plus 2.8, and then also plus 2,520. It is giving us 48,960. So this will mean you will get 1 mark here. So we have balanced our BRS. So now if you look at this, the balance of the statement will be equals to the balance of the, once the bank has corrected these errors, then the two balances will be the same. So we would have reconciled the balance of the bank account with the balance of the bank statement. Remember, this is us telling them that, guys, you need to correct and include these things. Okay, and then from there the information will be the same. If you want me to tutor you on a personal level, and you're around Hamskral, you're more than welcome to use the details that are available in the description of this video. And also, if you want me to tutor you online, you can also get in touch using the details that are available at the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. Shalom.